Hi Gold and Silver Stackers, part 2 of the Libertad weighing video. I wanted to go over Mexican Libertad 1 ounce mintage numbers, type 1 through type 4. Type 1, as you recall, is the Angel Victory front facing with the coat of arms on the obverse and a lettered edge, smooth edge, Independence and Liberty, 36 millimeters. Key things to note is the proofs started in 1983 with 998, and in 1985 they had a high mintage of over 2 million coins. 1986 also showed 30,000 proofs made. The Type 2 Libertad is essentially a Type 1, however, with the change of the edge, instead of being smooth with lettering, being reeded, as well as the lettering on the Anza and Plata Pura alternates between upper and lower case. The high regular issue number is almost 2.5 million in 1992, with in 91 and 92 10,000 proofs. The low proof number was in 1995 with 2,000 proofs and 500,000 regular issued. Type 3, we see the coin going from 36 to 40 millimeters, as well as we see the Angel Victory with 3/4 side profile view, which is what she currently has today. This Type 3 only ran from 1996 to 1999, with a low mintage in 98 of 67,000, as well as only 500 proofs made in 1998. The high was 300,000 in 1996 with 2,000 proofs. And the Type 4's primary change over Type 3 is the obverse has, instead of a single current coat of arms, it includes 10 of the previous national coat of arms surrounding the central current coat of arms. It has the reeded edge, it's 40 millimeters, it's got that 3/4 Angel Victory side profile view. It has been minted since 2000, with low mintages in 2007 of 200,000 regular issue, of a low proof of in 2000 of 1,600. 2009 saw a high regular issue of 1.65 million coins, and it's important to note that in 2015 the reverse proofs started, with 2009 saw a high of 1.65 million regular issue coins minted, and in 2024 there was a high of 18,500 proof coins minted and 3,000 reverse proofs. So some key takeaways: Libertad Type 4 proofs to regular issue ratio has been 1 to 100 on average, but in 2022 there was a low of 1 to 162, and in 2018 there was a high of 1 to 30. The average cost of Libertad's Type 1 to Type 4 based on a $49 spot price is $70 to $150 for the regular issues. The average cost of proofs are $80 to $165, so you can see there's about a $15 premium between regular and proof issues. If you have a actual graded coin of proof 70, then the price, the sky's the limit. Essentially, you'll find coins between $150 and $7,500. The reverse proofs began in 2015 and are extremely rare when compared to regular proofs, being 1/3 to 1/6 the mintage of regular proofs. That gives us ratios such as in 2016, the reverse proof to regular issue ratio is 1 to 845, and in 2018, which saw a record number of reverse proofs being minted, it was still a 1 to 200 ratio. What that means is that if you can find a reverse proof 1 ounce, the price you're going to pay on average is going to be anywhere between $235 to $425. And now the gratuitous money shot. I will zoom in a bit and just pull out coins randomly. 2020 5 ounce. There you get a really nice look at the 11 coat of arms. These are some 2 ounce 2023 proofs. A 24 proof. 2015 regular issue. Another 24 proof. I think I have several of them. I showed them in a previous video, so I'm just going to stack them down there off on the sides. Zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's see. Looks like a 2 ounce regular issue. I guess not really, well, a regular 2 ounce 2013. A little free advertising for some of the companies I've purchased from. Here's another, this is a 2018 2 ounce. I'm a big fan of the 2 ounces, and I'm a big fan of the proofs. This is 2020 proof. 2 ounce reverse proof. I've already mentioned that's my favorite. Here's reverse proof on the left versus a proof, a standard proof. Great coins, great coins. I think you can just see why these have become increasingly desirable. And as the spot price fluctuates quite a bit, what you're going to see is if there is a drop in silver price, you're going to see that the premiums are going to stay pretty high on the Mexican Libertads. And so the fact that it's semi-numismatic and there's just so much interest in them, I think you almost can't go wrong collecting these. In fact, just to give you an example, I know so many people say buy silver for the lowest price possible, but right now the refiners are not taking, according to some of the sources and some of the YouTube videos that I watch, they are not taking, it's at the point now where last week they were not refining anything below 0.999, so they basically weren't paying spot prices for sterling as well as for Canadian 80%. They just weren't taking them. Now I've heard that a lot of places are not even taking the middleman retailers aren't even buying anything but national sovereigns. They're not buying rounds. So if you went out, if your goal was always to buy silver at the cheapest with no premium, right now if you needed your money back, if you needed to actually sell, you might actually have a hard time finding someone to buy from. Here's a reverse proof 5 ounce. Wow, and that's a great feeling coin. So I'm not saying pay a lot, try to pay a lot on premiums. I'm just saying that at the point where a coin has some collector value, the drop is not going to be as precipitous as you're going to find. Like when spot moves $10 down, your premium, and let's say that represents 20%. Let's say silver drops 20%. The premium, associated premium, is not going to drop 20%. Now, that's not true where you saw American Eagles, Silver Eagles at one point being sold for $13 premium. That type of, the American Silver Eagles are not being collected like the Libertads. And the production numbers of Libertads, which I'll show in some PowerPoint slides I put together, are significantly lower. And if I was going to make a recommendation, frankly, the proof numbers are just so low that relative to the premium that you're going to pay, it just seems like if you're going to buy Libertads and you're already going to be spending quite a bit of a premium, go ahead and bite the bullet and buy proofs, because they're just so much rare that at some point people are going to figure that out, and that is going to become essentially a little bit of a silver rush. Everyone trying to buy up the Libertads, or as many as they can. I mean, that's already happened with all your type 1 and type 2s. It's hard to find type 1s and type 2s. frankly, that are under $75. A lot of them are run up to over $100 now. Just raw coins. Every now and then you might find a pawn shop or somebody who's just selling it selling them at spot. But okay, and the rest of these, I've got a lot of bagged small ones. I'm not gonna pull those out, but there's what it looks like. Like I said, I have a lot of bullion Mexican Libertads, so all I showed was a couple representative examples. But in general, there's my collection of Mexican Libertads. Thank you. Really appreciate your interest, and please subscribe and comment.